Hi everyone, Paul at ISM. So today we've got a vehicle review for you. First one I've done ever, I think. Reviewed a road vehicle. Not a vehicle builder per se, but I do like to dabble in from time to time. I think it's good to change the subject matter, which is why I'll build a variety of subjects. Always try and push people to try different things, because I think it's good to try fresh ideas. It gets you away, not from the monotony, but it keeps you fresh and teaches you new skills and what have you. So today we've got Tamiya's 124 Ferrari F40. Big fan of the F40, as you'll hear me say in the review in a minute. Always love that car. Like I say, not really a vehicle builder, but I thought I love the F40. I saw it cheap on eBay, I think it got about £20, and I went out and bought it. So we'll get on with the review and we'll get going. Hi guys, Paul from International Scale Modeller. So today we've got a review of Tamiya's 124 Ferrari F40. I'm not a vehicle automobile builder per se, but I do like to switch and change what I build from time to time to give a bit of variety. I always think it's good to get out of your comfort zone, build something you don't normally build. You learn stuff you don't by doing the same thing all the time, so I think it's really good. I'm hoping ISM is going to get the civilian and emergency vehicles group build set up, because I think it'd be great for the forum and obviously members to build something they don't normally build. I bought this a while ago. I'm a big fan of the Ferrari F40, always have loved it. It's a phenomenal car. It was when it was brought out in the late 80s, and it still is today. Any car that spits flames, that's an awesome car. I've said that before, I'll always say that. It was introduced in 1987 and only made for 5 years. 2.9 litre twin turbo V8, 470 brake horsepower, something like that. So a quick car. It weighs next to nothing. There's hardly anything in there. All carbon fibre body. Very, very basic bare interior. There's no radio, there's no carpets, and I believe the paint's that thin you can actually see the carbon weave. So rapid car. Only made, I think it's just over 1,300 of them, and they're still worth a lot of money today, an absolute fortune. And when they were brought out, they were near enough $500,000, which, you know, back in the late 80s was a lot of money. Love the car, always have, always will. So looking forward to building it. I'm going to save it and see if we get our road vehicles group build, and if we do, I'll build this. Probably something else, a bike or something. I like building bikes. So the kit, nice box art as always with Tamiya. Price, I think I paid about £20 off eBay for it. It was a couple of months ago now. Again, the kit I've looked at inside, but I haven't opened anything, so you're going to get a straight, honest first look view today of what we got in there. Box art's great as always. Nice picture of the F40 there, as well as all the actual sprues and what have you in there, so you can get a look instantly at what you've got there. So we've got instructions, body shell, rubber tyres, wheels, clear parts, chassis, engine, and that's it. So not a lot in the box, but it'll all be high quality. So what we'll do, we'll just pop that to one side, and we'll deal with each bag as we come to it. So, good old Tamiya staples, I'm not going to complain about them like I always do. So, road wheels. Again, always finished in their chrome. Go to overhead view, you can see better. Finished in Tamiya's chrome effect, that'll be taken off, oven cleaner in a bowl, left for a while, then washed off, and I'll prime and spray those in Alclads. It's too unrealistic a finish, too shiny for a more realistic metal finish. Casting's very good, moulding's very crisp. We've got what I assume is one of the two radiators just there. We're getting a bit of glare off the chrome part on the camera. There's no flash on there whatsoever. I'm not sure how old the kit is. I'm gonna guess it's not a young kit at all. But there's no problems there at all. Like I say, oven cleaner will strip all that off, and I'll respray those now, clad. Nice wheels on the F40, split rims, as you can see by the studs around the edge, so normally 2 or 3 piece wheels. Then we've got the floor pan. What else have we got? Dashboard, engine parts, steering wheel, various other parts, window wipers, intakes, more radiators, so a lot of different parts on there. Again, no flash. Is there any at all? Nope, not one single bit on any of those parts. Even these very, very thin, look like anti-roll bars to me. Very crisply made. It'll be interesting to see how old the kit is. We'll pop it up somewhere up in the top corner. We find out how old it is. I should have looked before it come on, I didn't think. But yeah, no problem there. Steering wheel's nice. Looks just like the real article. So again, superbly moulded. Again, you know, Tamiya, you know, the top of the range, well, they are to me with vehicle kits and the bike kits and that. They just let themselves down on their armour kits, in my opinion. I'm going to review an armour kit in a bit as well, so we can see what we get in that. Personal opinion, of course, but I think Tamiya's up the game with their armour. This one, we've got the chassis to the car, so underneath the floor pan, basically the underneath of the car. Again, no problems there, moulded in red. We've got the seats, which are quite nice. What I'll probably do for this, I know you can get aftermarket racing harnesses which this car come with. I'm going to assume there's decals for them. I'll probably upgrade those to a metal set from, I think it's Hiraboy sell them, and I may get the paint, the actual Ferrari colour, because I'm going to do this in the Ferrari red. I think it's Rosso red if I remember right. A couple of different tones on the F40. Well, there's a couple of different red tones, should I say. So again, no problem there. The moulding's quite thick on the seats. Whether they're going to look okay once they're done, I'm not sure. Unsure of the material. It's going to be fabric. I don't know if it'll be Alcantara in a car that old. Not sure, but maybe I can replicate that with some flocking or something. But again, all crisply moulded. Absolutely perfect. A little bit hint of flash just on the edge of that part there, but nothing major at all. I mean, literally you'd buff that off in 2 seconds. Actually, there is a bit there as well, just underneath my index finger there. We can get the camera to focus. There we go. So there is a little bit of flash on there, but overall not a problem. Again, not a problem at all. Engine parts. So you got engine, gearbox, various drivetrain. That's quite nice there. So I'm going to assume that's part of the intake system. So as you can see, can't focus up. A Ferrari written down the bottom just there. Must be actually part of the exhaust system, is that? Don't know. Must be. The shape everything is there. That's got to be part of the exhaust system. I'm not 100% sure. The engine block itself. So the engine's moulded in 2 halves, as you can see here and here. Brake discs. Again, quite nice. I think you can get a lot of aftermarket parts for cars. I've never really looked, but I'm sure you can get replacement brake discs and things like that. I'll certainly have a look. It's a cheap kit. Maybe I can add a bit more interest to it. If it takes part of that group build, I'd definitely add to it. If it doesn't, I'll probably build it out of the box. But again, no problem. Got drive belts. They're always an absolute pain to paint. Absolute nightmare because you've got the different components, the belts, the pulleys. But again, no problems there. This is a real nice crisp part. Can't see any problems at all. Oh, one little bit of flash there under my index finger. Quite a big bit, but again, you know, it'll take you 2 seconds to deal with. Like I say, I'm unsure how old this kit is because Tamiya don't put a date on the kits. On the sprue. Oh yes, they do. Tell a lie. 1988. So there we go, just there. So it's, you know, it's an old kit. Coming to 30 years old, is it? So it's not too bad, to be fair, at all. So what are we, 25 years old? So you can't really complain. A little bit of flash on a kit this old, so that's not a problem. Next up, we'll go for clear parts. No harnesses in there, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm almost 100% sure this car came with harnesses. No seat belts. It was a racing car for the road. So there's the decals, whichever way you want to pronounce them. Decals for me. So you got the instrument display, various dials. Front, so it'll be rear number plate, front Ferrari F40 plate. Guessing that's a sunscreen for the windscreen, and the Ferrari badges. All crisp, all in register. Matte as well, which is quite good. No problems there. Not many decals, which is always a plus part of doing vehicles. Clear parts. Not perfect. But certainly not too bad at all. The windscreen, I don't know if it's going to pick it up. There's like strange marks. I think it's not going to see it, it's not on camera. They're clear, they're very, very clear. But there are, to my eye, imperfections in it. It's like it's wavy, it's not perfectly clear, and the camera won't pick it up. The rear screen's a lot more clearer, there's none of that waviness on there as to the side. They're quite thick. Don't really magnify, but they are a bit thicker than I would have liked to have been. But again, no problem. A little bit of flash on parts, not a lot though, nothing to be worried about. I hate clear parts on cars. It's one thing I'm going to muck up. It's always a clear part. I did Tamiya's little the Rally Mini Cooper. I can't remember the name of the kit now. And I had a perfect paint job, perfect windows on it, and as I was gluing on one last part I dropped a drip of super glue on a window and on the paintwork, so I had to replace the glass with some acetate. Oh, absolute nightmare. And I did vow that'd be my last ever car, but obviously I'm back for more. So nothing problem there. Apart from a little bit of waviness on the front screen, but there's nothing to worry about really. Tyres, rubber tyres. Without even looking at them, I'm going to guess they're going to have a massive seam right through the middle of the tread. Let's see what they do. And we've got some screws. And what I assume is going to be the rear axle. So we've got a metal pin, which will be the rear axle. We've got some bushes and some of Tamiya's push-in bolts. So I'm going to guess, yeah, must be for the wheels to hold them in. Yeah, so you got the bushes as usual. I won't open it because I'll end up losing it. And some of Tamiya's push-in bolts. Tyres, front tyres, yeah, a little bit of a seam through the middle, written on the side Pirelli 0, so that's a nice touch. 245/40/17, which ironically is the same size as the tyres on the back of my Mercedes. It's a bit weird. So they must be fronts, and the rears are 335/35/17. Jesus, that's a wide old rear tyre. So yeah, seam through the middle. Quite hard to pick up. I put my hand there. There you go. You can see it now at the top. So I believe the trick in doing this is pop them in the freezer, get them nice and hard, take them out, and then you can sand them off a lot easier than you can when they're still soft and supple. So that's an easy way of dealing with that. Can't remember I read that tip now. It was either on a YouTube video or on a forum somewhere. But nice that they got Pirelli written on them, because sometimes they can't put the proper name on. So that's that. So apart from the seam, tread's good, very realistic, so they're going to look quite nice. Once you've dealt with that seam, there's no problem there at all. So we'll just pop those bits back in that bag for safekeeping. Body shell. Now, I have read up on this kit, and I believe there is a little bit of criticism about the body shell and the way it goes together. I'm not sure what that problem is. But you've got Tamiya's little, which way will it go? So that's going to slot in there. So that will slot in there. You can see the two lugs on the boot. There'll be two parts you glue on there to hold that in. So you must be able to lift up the trunk or the boot, depending on where in the world you're from, to have a look at the engine, which is going to be fully exposed through the rear window. The body shell itself, can't really see any problems at all there. Again, you've got a lot of intakes and different angles. They're going to be absolute pain to paint, because car bodies is all about preparation, so you need to prime it, sand it each time you put a coat on, so to get in there is going to be a bit of a nightmare. I was thinking of getting a 0 paint set from Hero Boy in the Ferrari colour. I'm half tempted to buy a rattle can of the actual colour. I mean, I can't expect to be finding that in Halfords, but you never know. Because the finish I got on that XR3 I made a while back was quite good, and I'll certainly be using Tamiya's TS Clear because I got a fantastic finish off that. The iconic rear end of this thing, the boot spoiler's got a little bit of a bend in it. Whether that's supposed to be there, I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check on that. But again, bodywork, no problems there. Hopefully it'll all fit together properly. And it really is an iconic shape. Beautiful looking car. Absolutely fantastic. So, no problems there. Fantastic, we'll leave that one there. So all we're left with now, is the instructions. So go through these quickly. Typical Tamiya instructions. These are literally the same as every Tamiya instruction sheet you get from the mid-80s onwards. So the earlier ones can be a bit different. So a little bit of information there. More or less what I gave you. 478 brake horsepower, top speed of 324, which is just over 200 mile an hour, is it, I think? Quick read of it. That's it really. F40, so it was in celebration of Ferrari's 40th anniversary, as was the F50 and the F60 Enzo. 50 years, 60 years rather. So as I say, typical Tamiya instructions, step by step, very clear, concise, so you can't really go wrong with these instructions. They're almost a standard trademark for modelling. Very easy to follow. Paint call outs are in Tamiya paint as always. So nice simple instructions. So you won't have any problems at all following those. All the way through to the rear glass parts. Right, okay. That metal rod isn't an axle. It's for keeping the, what they call it, a rear cowling. I call it the boot myself, but I suppose it is a cowling covering the engine. That's what that metal rod's for. It's not a rear axle. It is actually to hold the boot open for display, so that's quite nice. If you make a good job of the engine, which hopefully I can, you can always prop it open to show it out, show it off. Painting. I'm not sure what colours it's going to give for the painting. I'm going to guess it's going to be one of Tamiya's TS sprays, which are never quite the right colour. Yeah, TS8 Italian red. You can just see it there at the top. It may be a good match. If it is, it's good because it'll be cheaper than buying a rattle can, a car rattle can. So I'll certainly look at that and see how close a match it is. I do like to try and be as precise as I can with paintwork. You know, you guys know I like my paint. So. And that's it really. So this Tamiya's 124th F40. Hopefully we can get this group build on the go on the forum for civilian vehicles, because I will definitely build this in that. And if we do get the group build and building this, I'll add some choice goodies to it to make it a bit more of a special build. So fingers crossed. Not doing well at the minute for votes. I know a few people really want to push that one, me being one, so hopefully we can get it. If not, it's just by the by. I'll build it another time. But I would like to build it for a group build. So there we go, Paul ISM, Ferrari, Tamiya's 124 Ferrari F40. Hope you like the review, and I'll catch you on the forums.